What is up, my mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be looking at 3 basic men's fragrances that I feel are still pretty slept on. But before I get into that, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, just hit that big red subscribe button down below. It helps me out more than you can possibly imagine. So let's get into it. The first fragrance I'm going to be recommending is Dunhill's Desire or Desire Red. The thing that makes this one stand out is that prominent vanilla note. It also has what's listed as solar notes. I don't exactly know how you can smell the sun, but it's there. The vanilla note in Dunhill's Desire is phenomenal. It's going to get you massive amounts of compliments. It performs pretty well, like we're talking about 8 hours, and it also costs under $40 Australian. It hasn't changed in price at all since I was 15 years old, and it does have that nostalgic factor for me because it just reminds me of being back in high school. Next fragrance I'm going to be talking about is Davidoff's Cool Water. If you're like over the age of 40, you probably are very familiar with this one, but if you're under the age of 40, perhaps you haven't heard of this. This is, in my opinion, one of the icons of men's perfumery. It smells fresh, it's clean, it's masculine, and in all honesty, it reminds me of being in like a rainforest after it's just freshly rained, you know? Go out bush after it's freshly rained, it smells a lot like this, you know, especially with the rain on the eucalyptus trees. There's just something about this that reminds me of being in the Aussie bush after it's rained, and it almost smells like home to me, you know what I mean? If you're an Aussie, you'll know kind of what I'm talking about. Anyways, Cool Water is cheap as chips, $25 gets you 125 ml. It performs fantastic, it smells fantastic, and I still feel like in today's day and age, in 2022, this is still pretty slept on. And finally, I'm going to be talking about Hugo Boss Man. This smells like apple and wood. It's got just enough sweetness to be appreciated by younger, more modern men, but it also isn't so sweet that it would be off-putting to anyone a little on the older or more mature side. It smells fantastic, it's great for compliments, and it performs decently for a Hugo Boss scent, about 6 hours. The only problem is the pricing is all over the place depending on where you find it. You know, you can get it on eBay for $40, or you can go into Priceline and pay $60, you know. Just shop around, perhaps get it off of eBay. It doesn't really matter. It smells fantastic. It'll get you compliments as well. And in my opinion, this has kind of died out in popularity since like the 90s or the early 2000s. Nobody's wearing this anymore except people in Europe. So if you're not in Europe, this is probably going to be a pretty good addition to your collection. I suspect quite a few of you will be familiar with these, but if you aren't, let me know in the comments below. And until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.